Hi YouTube. Other update on some very interesting things. I am coming at you live now from my bedroom. I've been working with a couple of different entities that have been showing me some really interesting things. As I said in a previous video, I feel I've learned more about myself through studying myself spiritually and through a refractory lens these last few days than at any other point in my history. I feel like as if I understood things about my childhood even, just from these things, which give immense clarity and the propensity to carry this forward into a different light, a different manner, a different state of being for that's a supreme situation in and of itself. The state of being like the cat, just being the cat, inquisitive in nature, able to hear the rolling thunder yet not be affected by it, able to ponder, probably trying to knock my sacramental blade over because there's no other place for me to put it right now, and yeah, that's that. Anyway, hang on, let me try. What I wish to say to you today is that in finding shadows, in seeking out their wisdom, there is nothing to be afraid of. There is only life, just of many different kinds, colors, shades, shapes, sounds. Sound is something I would like to encapsulate on in this video. I believe there is so many people out there who are under the impression that we're not able to cope with what we would do if we could advance and engineer ourselves. The ancient peoples of all time have done this. If you look at the descent of man and you see that we are progressing, yes, very much so in technology, but how are we using it? I'm talking of the fact that we could be using quantum flux generators right now to run shit. People have the ability, when you think about the fact that people study nuclear capability already and understand about the basics of how these things move and shape, that is an intrusion into their reality. And yet, it's not an intrusion because we, yes, I'm saying we as people, as beings, exist. We are not merely surrounded in a sea of matter. You vibrate constantly. Your molecular structure has to do so at a particular frequency in order for you to maintain your shape, or the idea that gives you shape, geometry, proportion. You see this? Now it's a curve, whereas there's still the indicators of straight lines. I've made my muscles taut, you know. Does that change my shape? Do I vibrate differently? Well, certainly some things have to in order to give my mind the signal to send to my hand for me to make that gesture. So, therefore, I ask you, really, is space-time, which is kind of redundant because it's just two different words for relating distance, and sound travel impossible? Is it really all that impossible? Not when you think about it. You're learning to manipulate sound and to be able to visualize yourself intently in it and make a synaptic relation, synaptic being the hardwiring in here, between that particular sound or vibration coming from you. So it's coming from your center. So you have to realize that you have a link to that first and foremost. Now, I'm going to be doing a lot more extensive research into these fields with some certain particular tweaks, different systems to come out. And I'm going to try and use them in ways that are not mundane and can be useful for any type of magician in the future. You know, I'm talking about like real, like skill tree specific oriented stuff, you know, be it from diviners to, you know, the musicians out there to the artists, you know, whatever, different techniques that you can use as your own personal system if you want. If not, whatever. I will use them for sure and keep engendering energy and building the inertia and stacking it up. It's an incredible honor to be able to witness levels of reality like this just by paying simple attention. That's it. That's all. If people could realize what a powerful generator the mind was, and that the mind-body connection is one solid connection, and then you attach that to your energy, and then you attach that to your consciousness. When you focus all of those realms on the same exact thing and the same point, you create flux within yourself. You create the ability to understand yourself better. And that's knowledge is self-love, because of the fact that after you've seen stuff like this, there's no... I'm being completely transparent here, which some may call foolish, you know. There was a famous singer that I loved listening to, and he said he was trying to talk some real shit to these kids, and nobody wanted to hear him. You know, he was just talking about life and whatnot, sharing his experience and being honest. That's it. Just being transparent. And he said, don't be candid, because nobody's going to give a fuck. And then they went right into the set, and the kids continued to talk through the song. My point is this. I'm being transparent right now. So I'm breaking a usual rule for me, but how can we advance in life if we don't break some rules, you know? How can you advance if you follow someone's system into oblivion? There's a lot of power in adversity. There's a lot of wisdom there. There's things to be on guard for and to look for. This is what I have learned. I am not telling you that this is your life at all, nor is this your code. I'm merely suggesting a means of perspective. And perspective is powerful because perspective shapes how you think and therefore how you act. So, if you would but indulge what I have to say out of curiosity, then I bid you adieu, happy trails, good luck with yourselves, and Ave Draco Sophia. Hail. Ho Drakon Ho Megas. Hail to the universe. Hail to the you, me verse.